Hello, welcome to the Saturday live stream. What's up, Richard? Silverlicious, what's up, buddy? Thanks for joining me. Mark B. I'll tell you, we're heading straight to the scrapyard. Hey, man, I'm going to put that on a shirt. I actually have something, hopefully, I don't know if it's going to happen by the next stream, but shortly here, we're going to have some merch. And part of what I'm doing, we're not going to do a giveaway on this one because this is going to be testing the ingot maker again. I welded the bottom. Let me see if I can grab it real quick. Now I didn't have time to mill it. I didn't have time to what happened here? Did we lose the audio? Can you hear me? I don't know what happened to my audio here. Every time I mess with this mic, it's got a funny thing. Anyway, Silverlicious, it's going okay, man. It's been a hectic week, but you know, we're getting through it. Audio's good. Video is a little pixelated. Are we not? Hold on a second. We should be hardwired in. Hold on a second. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi. Hopefully we don't lose the stream. Are we still live? I think it changed over to the hard line. I might have had it on Wi-Fi. It's getting better? Okay. It might have been just sucking off the Wi-Fi. I use StreamYard, and it's supposed to stream in 1080i, but you have to be hardwired in. What's up, Empire Finds? Crocher? What's up, buddy? Sorry if I butchered your name. So I like to come on here and get live and you know, thank everybody for watching and you know, all the people that make comments and the suggestions and stuff like that. And what we're doing in the last couple lives is trying to make the perfect ingot. Now, I was kind of rushing when I did this, so I'm actually because I used the flux core welder, it left some like pinholes, and I'm actually worried that I made it worse and that I might not be able to get the ingot out if that aluminum goes down in them pinholes. But hold on a second. One of the subscribers sent me some graphite powder we're going to be trying today, so I'll make sure I put it heavy down in there. Hopefully that'll help. It's pronounced Creator. Yeah, I'm slightly retarded, man, so I'm sorry if I butcher your stuff. Tracy Page, what's up? It's going good. So today what we're going to do is I have, as you can see over there, some of the same aluminum we melted last time, but I also have some aluminum from some high bay lights. I'm going to use the jawl over there, condense it down into a small enough to where I can get it down in there, hopefully. Now I had this all, that's why I'm kind of rushing right now. I had this all set up outside, but then it started sprinkling, and I didn't want moisture to get in there and have aluminum explode all over me or anything like that. So we're doing it in the middle of the shop. I do, for those who are concerned about fumes, I do have 2 fans in the back pulling, and I have a fan over here pushing air. And just because of the breeze today, the air is flowing through the shop really fast in that direction. So the fumes are going to get blown right out. I'm not really worried about that. And it's actually better because last time I had the stuff right outside the door and I'm sitting right here. The fumes were actually coming in the building and I was smelling them. Hopefully this time they'll go right out. So I'm going to get this thing started up. What's up, Rick Stort? And if anyone, I should check my email. If anyone wants to get on here, I can have up to a couple people get on here with me. Email me at projectshopfl@gmail.com and I'll send you a link. And then you can get on here and you know, hang out, talk. Last time I had, I forget the first guy that came on, but then I had Nice Junk came on. That was a fun stream. I almost blew myself up in the shop. You know, that's always fun. Let me just check my email real quick. I last time I did this, I totally forgot to even check the email. I'm kind of scatterbrained, so it happens. Let's see here. Okay. There's people. I'll leave that open. And then if anyone wants to get on, just email me. The email is always in the description of all my videos in case you want to email me for anything or just contact me. So hopefully the stream is coming in good. I'm going to move. I think I'm going to crunch that stuff up first and see if I can't get my mic over there without it disconnecting. I'm going to turn this too and get 2 camera angles. Okay, so we're going to fire up the jaw and condense some of this stuff down. About as far as we can go with that. Crazy thing about this jaw, it's way heavier without the full balance. think that beats hitting it with the hammer. I'm going to try something on my microphone. Does that sound any different? Supposed to pick up more of the room. We got a lot of fans going on in the background. You already have some stuff in there. So now I do have cardboard on the bottom. I'll fire this up. Woo! Hopefully it's running good. We have all of our homemade tools over here. Leave this out of the way. We'll get this started cooking. I can already smell that paint. Oh, so that audio pretty much sounded the same? Oh, Empire Fine. Someone should send a 3D printed channel coin. Yeah, that's something actually I want to do is 3D print stuff. And but I want like a 3D printer, router, and like a laser engraver all in one. Let me See how this is going over here. Can you guys hear that? The rumble from that thing? So probably next weekend we're going to be melting copper. I'm going to try it again with this setup. Um, that's my ultimate goal is more copper, but yeah, we want some official copper coins. Um, I haven't decided. I almost want like my logo that's on my YouTube channel where I'm holding the double donut. Um, Alvin Sama, what's up, buddy? Kenneth Hale, what's up, dude? How much for the coins? I don't know, but here's what's in the works. I just had some shirts designed, and they're in the process of being printed. Now, these aren't cheap shirts like you're going to find from most, what's that, Shopify, where they're made in Guatemala or Honduras or wherever they're made. These are 100% uh, grown cotton, like American grown cotton, American weaved, American made, American printed, and printed right here locally in West Palm Beach. It's not cheap to have that done. And I have to, it's not like with Shopify where I could just, like, I could have already set up a Shopify store and just sent them a logo and they would have printed, one by one. However, you could order one shirt, they would print it and ship it. The way I'm doing it, it's a little bit more expensive on my end because I have to buy the shirts up front and I'll be shipping them out. But the quality is going to be way above what you're going to get from that Shopify stuff, man. You can't get made in America stuff printed locally, and not to put down any other country. It's just I believe that everybody should be doing things locally as much as you can. So I want my stuff. I want to support local vendors and just have a quality shirt. Like I've had a couple test shirts made, and the quality of them and the fit and feel is way nicer than some of the other stuff out there. And it's not going to be as cheap as some of the other stuff, but it's going to be, you're going to get what you pay for, basically. And one of the reasons why I haven't, in the 4 years or whatever I've been on YouTube, just start up a store, is I didn't want to put out a product with my name on it that was crap, and yeah, I want it made, back in the day. Like, I'm American, so I'm proud of my country and where I'm from. And wherever you're from, you should be proud of your country and where you're from, and you should support your local people. It shouldn't be one country gets all the stuff because they're not using the best practices, like work ethic and treating their people right. They're basically pumping that stuff out in like sweatshops. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I'm about. Um, so wherever you're from, if you got a YouTube channel, you should be supporting your local people and be supporting, like, getting something high quality that's local, you know. Children labor, yeah, yeah, we ain't with that stuff, man. You know. Uh, what's up, Frank Daniels? Hey, man, I appreciate the. We're about to use the graphite powder. Give a shout out to Naples Frank over there for hooking me up with the powder. I gotta actually go find out. I think I'm gonna put this on with a brush or something. I like everyone said, I probably keep this away from my computer. um, so, hey, anybody that's used this before, you put this on right before you pour, right? I shouldn't let that bake in. Should I let it bake in there while I'm heating that thing up? Attach it to your leaf blower. That'll spread it around pretty good. Man, the funny thing is, I literally use a leaf blower to blow out my shop, and it's been a while. There's so much dust in here. Uh, there's going to be, I think I'm going to do a couple just cleaning out the shop. We're going to go through this whole shop. I know I said I was going to do it before, but this time I really need to do it because it's an absolute wreck in here. It looks like a tornado came through here and just destroyed everything. Can probably apply the graphite easier before the maker gets preheated. Dip a brush in it and then tap the brush over the mold. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take the mold off of there real quick. Check that. It's like we're getting a good flame coming out of there. Just about there. It's just about to start melting. Let me go find a little paintbrush real quick and see if I can't get that camera a little closer to the axle. You see that flame coming out of there? I think it's a little big, but you know what? It's the only one I can find offhand on this for this second. That. Oh. Put the lid back on that thing, man. That stuff ain't no joke. It definitely made that seemed a little slicker. Let's see who we got in here now. We're melting aluminum. I welded up, Adam W., I welded up the bottom of the ingot maker. So this time, hopefully, I could dump it out with no real issue. I still have some of the aluminum fins from last time. And what's up, Lawrence? What's up, Jonathan from Sweden? Lawrence, aren't you from France or something, I think? Yeah, graphite is super slippery. You know what? When I was a kid, we had these we had a project where we had to make race cars out of balsa wood. It started out as a block, and we had to cut our own cars. And then you stick a CO2 cartridge from like an air gun, a paintball gun or whatever. And then there was this track with this thing that would flip down with nails that would puncture the things. And then your car was actually on like a fishing line across the room, and they would drag race. So everybody had their designs and everything, and you had parameters you had to go by. Like it could only be so thin in certain areas. So I thought to myself, man, what's the fastest car, that I knew of, which was a rail car, like a top fuel drag car. So I literally modeled mine after that, and that's what it looked like. And one of the things I did is I stuck my axles, I drilled it out, and I put a plastic straw in my axle hole, where the metal was going to be touching the wood. And then I put graphite in there, and it made like a little lubricant. That was something I did like in the 4th grade, man. I've been a redneck engineer my whole life. All right, I'm going to check that aluminum. That thing was getting really close. I think I can add some more to it. I'm going to stop messing with that. It was like right at the verge. I probably let all the heat out. Did I win? Yeah, actually, I took first place. My car destroyed everybody because everybody made their car look like fancy, and I was more worried about making it as light as possible. And yeah, my car was like twice as fast as everybody's, man. Derek up to no good as a kid. Yeah, I literally, used to take kerosene in my super soaker and strap a Zippo lighter to the end of it and make flamethrowers. So that's what I was doing as a kid. I don't know what these kids are doing today, but I had fun. And I got the scars on my legs and arms and stuff like that to prove how much fun I had. Blow a little in a keyhole makes the key slide right in. Yeah, I actually need to do that to my shop. I've been having an issue with my key not wanting to work. Probably because of all the moisture. It's been raining like crazy. Kids today are doing TikTok crap. Yeah. And I don't get some of that stuff, man. Like, you can't go anywhere and see someone. What's up, Tim? It's my brother in the chat. Yeah, we were outside messing around, man, doing things, camping, riding dirt bikes, riding bikes, burning stuff. I was a pyro since a little age, man. That's always fun to burn stuff, but you gotta know what you're doing. What's up, Mark Rice from Michigan? So on the coin aspect, I want to melt some coins. I think that's going to be cool, but I have this 100-ton press, and I actually want to stamp out some coins. Like, I want to, pour them into a mold or whatever that's going to get them close, and then just stamp out, because I think they're going to look a lot nicer when they're stamped. But I have to find, to make stamping dies, that's some really hard, like tool steel or hardened metal or something like that. And I got to find a way of having that made. I might have to have that made by someone. It's 95 degrees in Kentucky. Yeah, actually, it's overcast here. It's been raining for a few days, which is great because the overcast, and it keeps it cool. But it's still South Florida, man. It's hot. I'm sweating now. I got a fan on me over here. I know it's probably, I don't know if you can hear the humming in the background of all the fans going. But we got to stay cool. What's up, Scrap Father, Scrap Son? Man, you're from Kentucky or Tennessee or something, aren't you? Stamped or poured coins will be cool. Yeah. Well, we're going to start out pouring them. Bellows Forge, what's up from Utah, man? Hey, man. We made zip guns out of bicycle spokes. Had a lot of fun with them, and we did carbide crystal cannons that were a lot of fun. That sounds fun. Have I installed the AC yet? No, but that's something that we're going to have to get on really quick because it's starting to get scorching out here. David Appleton set fire in front of the garage shop when I was a kid, making my own furnace to heat up and bend some metal. You got it out, but my dad was pissed, I bet. It just finished pouring in April. Yeah, I literally was set up outside, and then it sprinkled. It stopped altogether now, but it was sprinkling, and I didn't want any issues with the thing getting hot. Nashville area, Scrap Father, Scrap Son. Okay. Nashville, Tennessee. I dated a girl one time from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. She was batshit crazy, man. Super Rashid. What's up, buddy? Leon, you're from Texas. Made in Holland. Made a campfire with a beer and... You made a campfire? Are you literally from Holland? EBRE from the Netherlands? Man, I think that's awesome. all these people from all over, man. That's great. As a Gen Xer, we did so much stupid shit, and there's no proof of our stupidity except for fond memories. Yeah, good memories, and I got scars. Speedster vlog. What's up, buddy? Greetings from the Netherlands. Wait, I'm gonna go over here and check this real quick. We might be getting to that point. Oh. Yeah, we got some meltage going on over there. I think I'm gonna have to dense that other stuff down a little bit more. That paint is some serious stuff, man. It's like powder coating. Oh, I got a an ad coming through. What do we got here? The only thing melting here in Naples is my ice cream. What's up, VW8796G35? That's a random name. Nice to see you, Melting Metal. Yeah, we're trying to work our way through it and each time get better. Hopefully, this time I'm not going to spill it. I got a steel plate sitting on the concrete because I don't want to set the hot stuff down on the concrete. You know, concrete has a tendency to explode when things get hot if there's moisture in it. So And I don't know if you've seen all that. That's got a lot of that slag. That cast with that paint produces a ton of slag, man. Almost like it seemed like it was maybe maybe a little less than a quarter. Kenneth Hale, you just melted some brass, a brass train on my channel. I'll have to check that out. Everybody keeps telling me brass is toxic when you melt it. So I think next weekend, I don't know, I might melt copper, but I might do the aluminum. So the ingot that I melted last time, let me go find it real quick. Because that ingot I'm going to keep. This is the progression of our ingot melts. So the first one was pretty good. You know, the corners, and that's the main thing I'm looking for, sharp, crisp corners, right? But unfortunately, I poured it on a slope out there, and that directly reflected in the ingot, you know. The next one, and I think this one came out the best for not touching this, you know, except for the top where it caved in and the sides caved in. This one came out so nice. The only imperfections were really whatever was in the mold and whatever that is right there. I don't know if that's going to come through. So, yeah, there it is. You know, but overall, I think this one came out great as just a pour without touching. And then this one, I mean, it was okay. I don't know what happened. It's got more imperfections in it, you know, but it did have all crisp corners. Okay. And then I put this over by the mill, and it's perfect. You know, the milling machine can grab onto this, and I can work it. Now, what I've decided to do, I didn't have a chance to do it. We're going to find out how this goes. Hopefully those welds don't let the aluminum in there and it grab. That's going to be an issue. I really wanted to get back in there and mill that back out with the milling machine. I just didn't have time. And we might have to do that. I just didn't want to drill holes in the bottom and go that route because I got to find plugs that are flush, and it's just going to be a whole thing. So hopefully, we'll get it down to where they're looking like this. And I think it all has to do with the mold, how I prep that mold and how nice and clean and smooth everything gets. And then this one had a thing down there. See that? I think what happened is, I think when I poured it in, it splashed up out of the bottom and landed on top and cooled real quick. And then, you know, the rest of the stuff formed around it. So we have to, I almost want to think, pour it in the mold and then put the mold in, you know, almost like in an oven where I heat that shit back up and let it all melt, you know? But one thing I'm going to try next is we're going to make a lid for the mold that has holes in 4 corners. And these corners where these edges sunk, see that? So in order for me to get this the way I want it, I have to mill to the bottom of the lowest part in here, okay? And what I'm planning to do, which is going to help get rid of this as well, is if I make a cap for the mold that has like a big rectangle in the middle for the pour and have holes in the corner, so when I pour, it'll actually come up through the cap. And then when everything starts to cool and pull down, it'll pull down into these corners. Kind of like they do the casting, the sand casting, and they leave extra. I was watching a guy make brass statues, and he said that he had to make little reservoirs. So when he poured it and it started cooling, it would suck from the reservoirs, and then he would still get his perfect, his perfect thing. Let's see what we got over here. Top seams always cave in when pouring aluminum. Yeah, well, exactly what I just explained. We're going to prevent that. We're going to give it some reservoirs to suck down from, you know? Yeah, so I forget what these weighed. These were like 4 pounds or something. But my copper one, hold on. These were actually the first two. This was the first aluminum ingot, and same thing. Look what it did to the sides. Sucked down the sides in the middle. And then this first little copper one. But this is an 8-pound ingot that Sculler Metals sent me. Thank you for that. Go check him out. 8 pounds, Sculler Metals. And this is a 10, I think it was 10.4 pounds. Okay. And these are baby ingots. I'm gonna make, literally, I'm telling you, when I get the proper setup, we're gonna pour the biggest ingots. Like, I'm not even gonna be able to pick them up. They're gonna be so big. Which is gonna we're gonna have to create like a whole thing to get that done. What else we got in here? Try emailing Big D. Is that Big Stacked? What's up, Shannon? Shannon's the one that sent me those first shirts and cookies. We appreciate that. Me and Steve ate them. I don't know why you're not getting any notifications. Silverlicious sent me an email about turning the notifications on. I haven't found the button that does that. I'll have to kind of look into that. I'm going to go check on this real quick. I think I need to add some more. I might have to cut that stuff down a little bit real quick with the jaw. Oh, man, look at that. Turn the microphone. See that coloration? That looks toxic. Yeah, you stir that, and all that crap comes right to the top. That stuff seems to be melting pretty fast now. Almost there, man. Steve's Monster Can. Oh! That's kind of dangerous. I can hear it sizzling. We're going to get a Mountain Dew explosion. I think that stuff's about ready. We're going to add just a little bit more. I literally got to fill that thing to the brim. Let's see. That white stuff, that's some dirty stuff, man. Imagine working at a foundry where you're melting all this scrap down and all the different paints and the fumes and stuff, man. That's got to be some toxic stuff. Adam W., I'm not going to modify this thing. They sent this to me. Um, you know what? For melting aluminum, and I'm actually using a crucible that's way bigger than what they sent with it. It's literally so big it barely fits in there. Um, definitely a hinge on the lid. Yeah, the only problem with that is that thing might flip over, man. That's what I'd be worried about. Uh, yeah, everybody keeps telling me to get a Devil Forge, and I'm sure they're great, but I'd rather honestly build my own before I bring something into my shop with the devil's name on it. It's just the way I am. If you haven't seen the video where I destroyed the Lucifer lighting with the hammer of God, or where I cut the head off of that creepy Pan statue, you know I'm not into satanic shit or anything that has to do with the devil. Um, what days do I check my P.O. box? Actually, my editor lives right by my P.O. box because it's kind of 30 minutes away from where I'm at. So maybe once a week. Um, that video was cool. Yeah, thanks. um, yeah, actually, I got a notification that I have a package and a bag out of my box right now. So they should be. My editor's got a bunch of videos coming in. So whenever they come over, they'll bring my packages. It'll probably be later today or tomorrow. We could do a GoFundMe for Derek to get a large Devil's Forge without the devil name on it. Yeah, if it doesn't have the devil's name on it, I'd be all for that. Um, I'm not really like this little forge. This thing I know is definitely not going to be what I'm going to be using. Mainly, what I'm doing is testing out the ingot makers. That's the most important thing here. So I think we're ready for more. I'm going to have to cut up some more aluminum. This thing's sucking it down like crazy. So it's hot over there. Let me get hydrated. Wow, it's amazing how much waste there is with that. See if I can't do this real quick. I keep forgetting that I can do things. How about that? Our thing is literally overflowing. 75% capacity. I know that's not probably a good thing to do. I'm going to cut up just a little bit more. We're going to fill it to the brim. Okay, we're going to let that mold heat up. We're literally at capacity there. Definitely got to get a bigger setup. Um, what else we got in here? A steel barrel lined with firewood, and you'll have a nice big kiln. Yeah, well, I have an incinerator outside. I haven't had a chance to tear into it. I'd like to fire it up one time before I tear it apart. See what else we got in here. I'm just trying. I like to, if someone asks, that's why I like getting on here. If someone has a question, I'd like to answer it. So I'll go back and read. You'd like to see me build one? Yeah. Summer in Florida is brutal. Yeah, it is. I have the shirts done. Just need to get a day off to send them. Working 7 days a week in the same time. Yeah, I get that, Shannon. I work 7 days a week too. It sucks. A lot of dross when smelting aluminum. Yeah, you know what? This stuff here. Still kind of warm. It seems like 25% is crap. I wonder how much of that can actually be melted down. Getting one more beer. Is it just for fun, or am I trying to get a better price for your aluminum? Well, I want to sell the ingots online, but also I have a purpose for why I want to make them that involves something else, which we'll get into in other videos. Basically, the ingots are going to be, kind of getting a little bit more money for the scrap because, and this is something I don't understand. Ingots sell online for like 3 and 4 times scrap value. Like they're literally selling a pound of copper for $28 on like eBay, or 20, whatever, $24 to $28, depending on where you're getting it from. And that's so far above like COMEX copper. The COMEX copper exchange is the highest amount anyone's going to get for it. The scrap yards aren't going to pay you COMEX copper prices, but yet the ingots online are 3 and 4 times more than that, so I don't get it. This guy is always up to something working like I've never had. Yeah, right now I'm just letting that, I want that mold to get hot, and I want that aluminum to get as hot as possible. That way it stays a little more liquid. Last time I think I poured it, I had the lid off. It was kind of cool, and I was scraping the crap out. And I think I just didn't let that aluminum get up to temperature. So we're going to let that cook for a minute. It's really clean. And then hopefully we'll pour that ingot. I got to find. Yeah, I'm not really prepared. I should have had a bucket. I should have found I don't even know where to get a metal bucket. I might have something around here I can use to fill with water. Oh, can't wait to see me get some silverware that's pure silver. Get this. Yesterday, I just went and picked up a massive transfer switch, and it had 2 1200 amp breakers. Massive. They're the biggest breakers I've ever had. I have a 1000 amp breaker in here that I'm going to be doing I think I'm going to do a video of all the way from like a 10 amp all the way up, like a 10, maybe a 50, 100. I think I have like a 200, 300 to 600, the 1000, and then the 1200 amps. And I want to see how much copper and how much silver we can get out of it, you know? What else we got in there? How much did the forge cost? This company, Tao Auto, sent it to me to review on the channel for free. It's funny, a lot of these people contact me. They're like, "Oh, we want to work with you," and then they want you to sign all this contractual stuff, and I just ignore them and I tell them, "No, thank you, I'm not interested." And then they wind up just sending me the stuff for free with no contract. Like, people sent me stuff that I haven't even reviewed on the channel yet or even shown, which I'm going to. But I'm not going to, like, because everything that everybody sent me so far is literally made in China. Whether it's an American company that's having it made in China, or that's what one of the products was. But I don't know. If someone wants to send me something made in America, then we'll do a little better. Do I still have the notebook from when we were kids with all your ideas? I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, I'm going to take all the slag that I've been getting. It's going straight to the scrap yard. They're not going to really, it's not going to bother them. They're just going to throw the little tiny bits of slag that I have into a shipping container and send it right to the mill. Copper in the Netherlands is €8 per kilo. Don't know how much that is in pounds or dollars. I don't know. Last time I checked, it was around $4. It shot up. Man, there was a good week there. For a couple days, it was $4.40 a pound for bright and shiny copper. And then literally it dropped like 20 cents a pound in a day or two. Aluminum price is 4 cents, €4, 0.4 euros. $5.5 per kilo in Sicily. I don't know. I get for cast aluminum, which I would get for this right here, 65 cents a pound right now, I think. I got to go get ready for the Barefoot Country Music Festival in Wildwood, New Jersey. Man, I grew up around that area. Just go to Wildwood all the time. Well, thanks for stopping by, Shannon. Have fun at the festival. Copper in 2026, very high prices. That's what I heard. The guy next to the scrap place in Miami that I sell to, I'm really cool with the guy. I actually bought the diamond plate. You're going to see a video coming up soon where I cut up some diamond plate and I made something for someone. The guy I got that from, which I paid $40 a sheet for, and I got a quote to buy the sheets. They're $220 a sheet. And that was a 4x8 by 16th inch stick. I bought 4x12 by 16, 4 by an eighth by 16, and 4 by 10 and 4 by 8 quarter inch, all for $40 a sheet. Silver spot price is $29 an ounce. Very high price right now. Well, I got to start recovering some silver, man. I got a ton of contacts. All right. I'm going to get this thing set up to pour. Hopefully it goes well. We should be ready to rock and roll, man. That thing's probably cooking off. I see it smoking over there. Let me sideways maybe. Got down to one of the holes. That is looking extremely full. Aha, we didn't spill it. It came out. Oh. Something was in there. Look at that. Ah, there's holes in that plate. This aluminum is getting stuck in the hole. Yeah. That much spilled out. I was trying for no spills. All right. Well, at least we didn't spill it this time pulling it out. Some of it popped up out of the thing. I was pouring it kind of quick. But that crucible, even though I had it filled literally to the brim, it's just not big enough to fill that the way I need it. So even if I did make the lid that I want to make, I'm not going to be able to pour enough to have it come up. I might have to make the lid actually recess down in there a ½ inch. That might work. All right, I'm going to go see if I can't find something to hose this down with. And we'll see if this thing pops out of here easier than last time. I do have a metal bucket, but it's probably full of holes. course, my my thing for the see if I can't get this on the other side. My on a metal bucket, and I just broke the valve on my thing. Woo! Definitely a good idea. Definitely a good idea putting that handle on there, but that thing is hot. Oh. That thing is sizzling away. I'm just gonna let that thing cool down for a minute. It's amazing how fast it heats that water up. Too bad my camera wasn't in the bucket. Hey, you know what? If I can figure out how to get my GoPro to stream, I have a waterproof case for that. Yeah, that would actually be cool. Has anyone done that yet? Put the GoPro down there, camera view in the bucket. An ice block would make a nice effect. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get some a big Tupperware bin, and I'm gonna make a huge ice block next time. Problem is, I got to get it out of that mold first. You know, what would be really cool is if there was something that would withstand the temperature of the molten aluminum. Like, I wonder if glass, like if the bottom of the mold was glass and you could just see it being poured into there. That would be interesting. Add more graphene? Oh, shit. Yeah, I should have done that. Yeah, next time I got to figure maybe if when I start pouring, I try to get it to hit the back wall, which is sloped. It'll kind of bring it like down and in. But I think when I poured it, it went down in a little hole and shot. It just shot right back up. I might be pouring too fast. Let me go over here and check this thing and see how we're doing. We'll let it sit a couple minutes. It's cooling down pretty quick. But I fear we might have the same issue as last time. I should have went down in there with a Dremel at least, but I was literally running out of time. I had a guy show up over here. I don't know if you can see this stuff, but a scrapper showed up. You'll see the guy show up in a video here. I was in the middle of a video, and this dude showed up. He actually knew Steve, which was interesting, but I traded him. We kind of bartered. See if I can get a better shot. we kind of bartered for that jet bandsaw, a little table, a welding cart for my torch, and another scale that, you know, he says it works but needs a restoration. I mean, it probably just needs a paint job. I wanted another manual scale, so when I fix my trailer, I don't have to come on and off with the scale. I can have basically one scale on one trailer that lives there, and you know, so we'll see how it works. He literally showed up, you know, 30 minutes before the live stream while I was setting up, and kind of I told him I was going live at 2, and not to come by until after 8, but that doesn't always, you know, work. It should come out easy when it cools down. I hope so, man. Last time we worked it. You know, it took some work getting that thing out. I beat the hell out of that mold. Tuned in late. Is it stuck in the mold? It might be. uh, we're gonna I'm letting the water blow that hot water out of there, and you know, change it with cooler water. Last time it took a combination of a hammer, an air hammer, and just me beating the hell out of it with a sledgehammer, and then smacking the mold on the ground. Isn't there a powder you can line a mold with? Yeah, I did. Graphene. This stuff right here. So, but the problem is I welded the base. I hit it with my flux core welder, and if you ever welded with flux core, it tends to create a lot of like pinholes and whatnot. And you think it had enough water? uh, Hopefully it's cooled down. Let's see if we can't get it out of there. I think it's moving. Woo! Man, that's making my ears ring. It's moving, but she ain't liking it. Okay. So as you can see, the welds on the bottom, let me clean this up. Funny. Each pour, I always notice something different. You can see the welds. I think that's what was holding it up. So what I need to do is get down in there and mill that. It's still left. I still have enough. These edges here are pretty perfect, you know, and there's plenty to grab onto with the mill with the vise. See that? But look at the welds, man. And what I noticed is these bottom corners, for whatever reason, they're not as crisp. Look at this corner. Look at the points. See how crisp they are? So I got to figure out what happened between this one and even this one here. This last one. Look how crisp those corners are. So we're almost going backwards in a sense. I mean, granted, it did come out 10 times easier. I didn't have to fight as much. I think if I went back down in there with the milling machine and milled them welds down, I really can't see anywhere where it would have been biting now. I don't know. Maybe it's the perfect 90 degrees that is the problem. But I don't understand what happened on all these corners now. They're definitely not as crisp. Maybe I had too much of that powder stuck in there. I think next time I'll spritz the powder on and then I'll blow it out. Let's see what we got in the comments. That was a good video. All your videos you put out are great. Thanks, King Shin. Now you're going to get aluminum plants with all that water. Yeah, she was stuck good, but not nearly as stuck as as hard as the last time. Now look at the mold. Hold on. Look at the mold. She's flash rusting. I got to hit it with some WD real quick. Okay. Yeah, thanks to Naples Frank for sending me a gallon of WD. I've been using that shit on everything. My brain is moving for sure. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'll tell you what though. The sides, I don't know if that's the graphite. The sides have some type of buildup right there. You see that? It looks like it come right off, but I think having the mold as perfect as possible is going to be a big key. And look at that. There's a dent right there. I don't know how that got there. But I beat the crap out of that mold again, put some nice dings in it. Let's see the damage. Kind of hard to tell on camera. Oh, snap. I'm dripping WD-40 all over my computer. She's been running kind of slow lately. She does need a little lube. I don't think that's what she really wants. Okay. Yeah, I haven't damaged the inner side of it yet, but it's taken some licks. And we can't be beating our mold like that. So we got to figure this out. I'm thinking I go back in there and mill them pockets out. Maybe even go in there and hit the weld even harder, and then just to make sure it's burned in really good. And then mill all that crap out of there. And I want to get this worked out before I make another one. I need to work out all the kinks. I need this to just pop out when it's cool, you know? And I need it to not shrink. I mean, that's a good bit. You know, we need to work out the corners. I think for that size mold and the size of the crucible that I have, I'm going to be limited. I'm going to have to recess the lid down. If I recess the lid down a ½ inch, so when I pour it in there, and when I mean a lid, let me push this back. When I'm talking about a lid, I mean just a piece of steel that sits in here that's maybe a ½ inch around the side, or maybe an inch, so I can get holes in the corner. I need the corners to be open so that the stuff floats up in and keeps those crisp corners. I don't know what happened with this one and what happened to them inner corners. There was really nothing in there except for that graphite. That's the only thing that we changed. You know, this one here had super crisp corners. Look at them corners, man. That's precision stuff right there. Those corners. That's precision stuff. So either we had a buildup or I'm not sure what happened there. But hey, this is trial and error. We did get it to come out. I am seeing where it was scraping. So next time we melt, I'm going to have we're going to put this back in the machine. We're going to mill the bottom, and we're going to make a lid for this so that when I do pour, even if I spill some, we should have enough to bring everything up and everything be flat. The top of this needs to be as flat as the bottom. And then eventually we're going to have to, I do have a crucible twice as big as the one in there. So I have something that can accommodate this size, but I don't have the kiln's not big enough, the furnace. All right. Well, I'd say that was somewhat a success to where it didn't take me 20 minutes to get the thing out. Um, but it's still a work in progress. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we're having audio issues with my GoPro. Um, if you noticed in a couple of videos, the audio is fading in and out. Um, I think I stuck a piece of tape over my thing. Um, so I don't know if that's the reason. But my editors, they were editing videos and saying there's all kinds of audio issues. I noticed it too in a video that I was editing. All right, let's see what we got here. If you heat it with a blowtorch, it would easier to come up. I don't know. Maybe unmold before you plunge the ingot into the water. Um, yeah, the problem is it won't come out. Freedom, Braveheart. Hey, when I was a kid, I used to love that movie. You need to get rid of the sharp edges on the inside of the mold. I don't want to get rid of them. That's the whole point of making a precision mold. I want the sharp edges. Um, I'm going to put that on my milling machine and mill it. You think the two legs have got to go? The whole purpose of the two legs is so that I can clamp this in a vise, in the milling machine vise. Otherwise, there's no way to hold. I can hold the ingot this way, okay, and mill the top. But these are going to allow me to hold it like this and mill this side, all five of these sides. And then I flip it over like this, and then I'll be able to mill the bottom. It's a process. I got to get everything set up, but once I'm dialed in, it's going to be streamlined and go a lot quicker. I might even be able to put two ingots in the machine at once. Um, the mold needs to be smooth. I'm thinking the legs are the problem. Yeah, it should like I have the little mold that made these, okay? They're I mean that thing is like 90 degrees. So once it shrinks, it should shrink enough to come out. The problem I'm having is the bottom of that mold is two pieces of steel. The first time, the aluminum went underneath the two plates and it was stuck there. Literally, I had to beat the hell out of it to get it out. I tried to weld it up. That's why this one doesn't look as crisp as that, because that's literally the welds down in the corner. Now that I've melted those two pieces of metal together, I'm going to actually burn that in a little bit more and mill that back out so it looks like that other one. And then it's the whole reason I have that jet bandsaw out there is I'm going to make a jig that once I'm done my milling operation like this, mill these sides and the top, I can, instead of using the milling machine, stick this in a jig, use the bandsaw to cut 95% of that material off with the bandsaw, put it back in the mill, swipe that off, or just mill it off in the milling machine. I don't know, you know. But there's a couple reasons I got that bandsaw. I've been wanting a bandsaw to process AC coils for a long time. I like cutting the ends of the noodles off, and I think running it through a bandsaw is, going to be probably the fastest way to do it, and not have. I want to get away from the grinding discs as much as possible. I really do hate them things. I mean, they're really good for certain things, but the cutoffs. I think a bandsaw for cutting the coils and just random scrapping in general, things that you would use a sawzall for. It's going to be another tool in the arsenal of scrapping. Your problem is your mold. It needs to be smooth without being indented. Yeah, I get that. We're gonna work it out. They are smooth. Those legs. Those are precision machined 90 degrees. I don't think it's. What the heck is that? Oh, the neighbors got the stereo cranked up. Oh, we're coming up on 2 hours anyway. It's like a freaking party around here on the weekends, man. Everybody cranks their stereos. Super Rashid, you will go offline. All right, man. Thanks for stopping by. Maybe the graphene was piled up or the mold got stuck bits from previous. Well, the mold was clean when I started because I literally, when I welded it, I went in there with a file and cleaned it up. I think I took that brush and just brushed the graphene all down in there, but I should have blown it out. I probably had a lot in there. I used a huge brush. It was my first time using that stuff, so it's all a work in progress over here, man. We'll get it dialed in. Don't worry, man. We're gonna have the coolest ingots, the best looking ingots you've ever seen. Hey, what's up, Mom? What else we got in here? Man, they're probably going to get me demonetized with this freaking music. Let me pull my door down real quick. Okay. I don't know if that music was coming in over the live stream, but I can hear it in my headphones. Okay. Oh, we got people talking in another language in the chat. That's cool. What's up, White Rhino? Instead of those legs, could I secure it with a bar across the top and anchor it at each end? Yeah, but here's the deal. Whenever you're milling, right? So say if I secured it with a bar at each end and I milled out the middle, and then I reset it up and clamped it by the middle and I milled the sides, you're going to see the start and stop. I want a continuous once I get the process down, it's just going to be a continuous flow. And as if I can get the mold just right, the way I'm thinking in my head, the milling process is going to be simple. It's just going to be a cleanup. You know, aluminum is really soft, so is copper. It's just going to be cleanup passes. It's not going to be heavy milling. I'm not going to have to mill out so much crap, you know? And like all these ingots, we're going to keep all these. I should take a stamp. Matter of fact, I'm going to get myself a stamp because I'm going to start numbering things. Like there's such a difference here. This was the first one. Crisp, crisp, crisp. We had some slight setbacks over here. But I wonder if that looks a little higher. I might have gotten a little bit more in there. We should get the scale out and weigh this. Let me go get the scale real quick. I don't know how good this bucket's going to work. He's a little past her prime. Definitely been rode hard and put up wet. See the zeros? Let's try the first ingot. Oh, here's the first ingot. Half a pound. $2.8 pounds. $4.2 pounds. £4.6. Oh, I'm touching the chair. 4.5 pounds. And today's ingot, 4.62 pounds. So we're getting heavier. We didn't spill as much this time, but yeah, I'm definitely going to number these. We're going to keep track of this. I'm going to have like a wall of shame. All the messed up ingots. And just the progression to the perfect ingot. You should have one long foot instead of two. One long foot. So the reason why I did two is, and actually I was thinking about just doing like little ones in the corners, right? Like 4 little ones. But I figured if it wasn't all the way across, if I squeezed it, I might bend them over. And then I was thinking maybe I only need half of this. I know if the long foot all the way across, it would grab better, but I think what I got here would be enough for the mill. We're not going to be, I shouldn't be heavy milling these things. It shouldn't be a lot to do that. So I don't know. Now that this is all messed up, I might just keep this one too. I don't know if I'm going to mill this. I think what I'm going to do is burn that in a little bit better. I might even get in there with a, well, I don't want to touch the sidewalls with a Dremel, because if I go in there with a Dremel and I hit the sidewall and it creates a void like this, that's not going to let the stuff come out. So I don't want to get in anywhere, anything but the end mill of the milling machine, because I know that's 90 degrees. So I'll run the mill down in there with some carbide and clean that up. And then we're going to make a couple mods to that. And then as soon as I get one where I'm back to like, I mean, this is by far almost the best one, except for the top. The Christmas, those crispy edges, man. That's what we want. You know? Once I get that consistently, which I believe I can probably get on the next one. I'm gonna have to see about that graphite and see if on the next time I make sure I blow the corners out, because I can see that probably was the issue. That stuff was probably built up in the corner. I didn't blow it out. As the ingot shrinks, it's pulling the 2 feet closer, squeezing itself to the mold. Oh, that's a really good point. So that makes a lot of sense. So as this is shrinking, it's getting closer this way. And matter of fact, if you look, dude, that's a great point, man. See, this is why I love the comments. If you look, I just noticed this now. There's so many marks. See the lines going up from where that was dragging out of the mold? Okay. So you know what? One big foot is probably what I need. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You can't hear the music? Okay. Sorry if I'm a little behind on the comments. I'm trying to get to everything. Yeah, so unfortunately, now that I'm thinking about that, that makes a lot of sense. And that almost makes me want to go back to drilling holes in the bottom to where I can push the mold out. Because I really don't. I mean, that's literally what's going on here. And the only way for me to deal with that is two ways. One, mill out all the center, or drill holes in the mold so I can have screws pushing it out. Interesting. Okay. Now, if I do mill out the whole center, the problem with that is it's going to take that much more material to fill this mold up. Yeah, so we either drill the holes in the mold, which I really don't want to do, or I mill out the whole thing. Who made that comment? CIJIL? Thanks, man. Yeah. If I do a gold ingot, make sure I have extra security. Well, you know, we always got security around here, man. Any other videos planned for your other channel? Heidi Boldman. Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm on the fence about that channel because of the subject matter I want to get into, and then possibly like throttling this channel, you know. because I think I'm already throttled, man. Every time, if you could see my subscribers, every time my subscribers take off, it's like they're immediately throttled back. It's crazy. I've actually seen YouTube take subscribers from me when my channel starts picking up a lot, and I think it's just because of my views on things and the fact that, like, I'm probably on a list. I got permanently banned from YouTube or from Facebook, which is why I used to have, you guys know, probably 2 years ago or whatever, 3 years ago now, I had a page on YouTube, and I couldn't access it no more because I got permanently banned. So, but they let me, after like 2.5 years, I signed back in on my account just to see, and they erased everything I had. They changed my name, and they let me back on under my original account, but I lost all 5,000 of my friends, and yeah, so we'll do something over there soon. But can you do a live video when you are stripping wire? Yeah, I did that before, but at the time, I didn't have a hardwired connection, so the video was crap. But yeah, I'll do a live stream on that next time I get a little chunk of wire in here. So yeah, thanks, CIJIL. Let's see here. What else we got? It's because I'm pro gun, probably, which is crazy because some of the biggest channels on YouTube are gun tubers. Like, they got millions of subscribers and they get so much crap, man. It's like, whatever. But yeah, I've actually been thinking about just getting back on there, because I want to talk about other things, and I want to know your guys' views on some things and how things are going. I really like to know how things are going in other countries, outside the United States, but mainly what's going on here, and what we're doing as people. Like, where are we going? I don't think we're going in the right direction for sure. And that's kind of what that channel is all about. And something that I want to do and explore and see if it's actually true. We'll see. I might drop a video on that channel this week just to kind of keep it going. It's been a while. It's been a few months, I think. What do we got here? Love you speaking your mind. Yeah, I think everybody should speak their mind, man. I'm a moderate patriot. Man, I just want to be free. I want to be left alone. I want other people to be free and be able to explore the things that they want to do. I don't believe that we should be working 40, 50, 60 hours a week for nothing, really. Like, we don't have the time and energy to explore this realm or do the things that we want to do in our heart, like, there's so much more I want to do. I could be, there's something I want to do. I'll get into it on the other channel. Something I want to explore that, it's like liberating for humanity, it's because I'm anti bullshit. Yeah. What's my favorite channel on YouTube? That's a good question. I mean, I'm sub to all the scrapping channels. Like, if someone leaves a comment on my channel, or I find a scrapping channel, or I pretty much I sub to all of them. I don't always watch everything everybody does because it's basically what I do every day. But I check them out. I see what everybody's doing, and If there's something like I don't scrap everything. I have a specific couple things that I do that I'm really good at. But when there's something I'm not sure at, I'll Google it, check out the other channels, see how everybody else is doing it. I always like seeing other people's views and stuff. But like what I like watching is like machining and fabricating. So some of my favorite channels are Cutting Edge Engineering Australia. I love watching Curtis and the things he does over there. I love the machining because he works with a lot of like manual mills and lathes. I love when he makes his shop made tools because I'm all about making my own stuff. I like this channel called This Old Tony. It's another milling machine channel. There's a recent one that I found called Inheritance Machining. I like. He does manual milling and stuff. I love Titans of CNC. Those guys, they have the cutting edge of CNC technology. I just love seeing, I like to keep up with the future and where everything's going. And a lot of it's automated, and them guys are all in the heavy automation and CNCing. That's something I would love to do. I'd love to have a CNC machine. But I still like the manual stuff because it's like, you're just sitting there making something. It's even though it's with a machine, you're making something by hand, without a computer. So stuff like that. I like the gun tuber channels like Demolition Ranch, Kentucky Ballistics, and there's one more I watch. I can't remember it offhand. But I like watching channels that are building stuff. I like Matt's Off-Road Recovery. I found that channel. He was he was building this really cool thing. I like just anything where they're building something outside the box. There's a couple other channels I like watching that are like new technology, and because it always gives me ideas and how I can kind of apply them to what I'm doing over here. It's getting worse and worse by the day here in Europe. Yeah, man. And I don't think it's going to change anywhere in any country until people on a local level come together. If you and your neighbors aren't on the same page and have the same goals, then it goes back to the same thing of the divide and conquer, man. If you and your neighbors hate each other, if black people hate white people and white people hate Spanish people, and it's they're not coming together saying, maybe there's someone stoking the fire here. Maybe we should get rid of the person flaming the fire, or the group, or the people, or you got to look at the bigger picture. And sometimes that means coming back to a local level and having things that are made locally is a huge start. I don't like getting political on this channel, but politics to me is a divide and conquer strategy. It's all one big, like George Carlin said, there's a big club and you ain't in it. Doesn't matter if you're Democrat, Republican, liberal, independent, whatever. For those of you that don't know, I'm no party affiliated. I don't conform to anybody. I'm registered as not independent, not a libertarian, Republican, Democrat. I'm no party affiliated. I'll make my own decision. I don't need to conform to one thing, And until like people stop conforming to one thing, it's like people that are like, oh, I vote nothing but Republican, or I'm a Democrat no matter what. That's just blindly following and you know, I don't look at people like that as like they're very intelligent. They're not making up their own mind, you know? So we'll get into this stuff on the other channel, you know? Um, let's see what else we got in here. What's with this face mask of Biden they are talking about? Yeah, that's a rabbit hole. We should get into that on the other channel. Now that I can't work, I can spend more time with my horses. That's cool. Um, Sucks that you can't work, unfortunately. Are you still looking for alternative location? Yeah, this place is killing me. Um, you know, with all my bills, like literally, I got to make over $6,000 a month just to pay bills. Curtis is a pro and a genius. Yeah, I love that guy, man. He's always thinking outside the box, and you know, he really has a good work ethic, and he doesn't cut corners. And that's one thing. As a you know, I grew up. I worked for a guy in a restoration shop that was like just top notch, top quality. There was no corners cut, and I haven't seen anything. I haven't worked with or seen anyone that works on that level since. The attention to detail, the quality, the no BS. Um, it just, we don't find that in the world nowadays, you know? You have another chat room because I don't see the comments where you're talking about it. You have another channel called the Free Human Project. There's some really good videos on there now. And for those of you um, that were wondering, I show why I have evidence boxes for guns, and you know what happened with that. You know how I was arrested with my own property and how I got it back, and the whole year and a half process. You should watch that video because I explain a lot about how the courts work. And on that channel, that's probably why it's not really taken off, because I show receipts. I'm showing evidence of what's going on. You know how the police work, how your government works. I'm showing you uh, the stuff, you know, and where you can find the information that's out there. You know, what really sucks is like there's a lot of information out there. It's kind of hard to find, but if you start talking about it, certain groups don't like that. What they call it? They they basically blacklist your channel. Like they deprioritize it on the algorithm. Um, I got a kick out of the Pakistanis. They create anything on the dirt floor with basic tools. Yeah, those guys are great, man. They always wearing sandals too. Um, um, Mainstream media is the Stoker. Yeah, don't conform. I'll never conform, man. I'm gonna be real to the day I die. Um, Vote for the man or person. Well, here's the deal. Doesn't matter who you vote for. It matters who's counting the votes or how the votes are counted. And the fact that our public servants are, you know, your employees are dictating how you get the vote, that to me is a big problem. So it really needs to start right there. There's actually an interesting show with this woman that used to work with John Brennan, the ex-director of the CIA, and we'll get into this on the other channel. She was talking about some very interesting things. Um, so um, voting is gay. Yeah, 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 we might even have to start a Rumble channel. And all right, we're way over time here. I try to keep this around 2 hours. Let's see. See, I just want to answer everybody's questions before I go. The big corporations own the businesses that have the insurance and mortgages and the food that set the prices. Yeah. So my whole concern about things is the food. Until everybody's food independent, we're all going to be slaves. Think about this. Are any of you guys food independent? Are you 100% dependent on yourselves when it comes to feeding yourself? What would happen if the grocery stores suddenly didn't have anything on the shelves? That's the problem I worry about more than anything. That's where they really got you by the balls. If you could control a country's food source, you control the country. So we'll get into that on the other channel. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do it. We're gonna crank that channel up and really pump out some stuff. But we're probably going to have to move it to Rumble. I'll do some intros and stuff here on YouTube and whatever I think won't get too blasted. But I don't want it to affect the growth of this channel. Yeah, everybody should check out my other channel. The couple videos that I put on there, there's a lot of really good information. It'll really wake you up. And there's only like 4 or 5 videos on there right now, but I'm telling you, there's some. I bring receipts. It's not like I'm just on there talking crap, man. I'm bringing receipts. Let's see. I think we like seeing the same videos on YouTube. We learn every day by watching real people struggle to make money and create machines to do so. Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm pretty much. The concept is there on the stator record. There's a couple more things I need to do. One of them, which I've never shown, one of the operations that thing's going to do is going to be. It's going to be unlike anything anyone's seen on any of the stator wrecking stuff, man. It's one more process or one more attachment that's just going to bring it to the next level. Yeah. So obviously I'm talking too much. But if you guys could, where's my other phone? I haven't posted on there in a while because my poster person is under the weather, but go check out my Instagram. So, and the one guy, Adam, kind of made me think about the shorts that I've been dropping. You know, I post stuff on Instagram that's like stuff that's not in a video, but it's like upcoming projects and whatnot, sneak peeks or whatever. But I was dropping some shorts, and I'll tell you what, the shorts, like, they don't make any money. I don't know why, like, channels that pump out shorts all day, like, I don't know how they're making any money. They literally make like $2, if that, you know, over a lot of time. But they do gain a lot of subscribers. So what I'm going to do, and Adam W., I really appreciate you, your feedback on the shorts that I was dropping. Because he mentioned that a lot of people take clips right out of their regular video and add it as a short, so you're seeing the same thing twice. And I know at the end of my videos, I drop clips. There's just a sneak peek, like a 5-second clip of upcoming videos, you know. And sometimes it'll be something that I never even finished shooting, or it didn't make it in the video at all. So it might just be some random clip. But the shorts, I'm going to make sure going forward that they're going to be. It's not going to be the same. It's not. It's never going to be clipped out. I'm going to use my phone and shoot them. It's never going to be clipped out of the main video. So. Um, let's see what else we got here. I'm going to finish these comments out, and then I got to go. Hey, man, I sent you some emails. Yeah, I'll read them. Send me the emails, projectshopfl@gmail.com. I forgot to check it again. If anyone wants to go live, either put it right here that you want and you send me an email, put it in the chat here. I want someone else to get on here with me. I can have like multiple people on the stream with me. I forget, man. I got so much going on. I'm losing my mind. You just subscribe to the other channel. Thanks, man. I'll get some content out on there probably this week. I think I'm just going to do like a daily, just get on there and talk, speak my mind for 30 minutes. Fuck shit. Get things off my mind. See how that goes. But there's a lot of information that I think people should know about that you're never taught. You were never taught about, and it's unfortunate because basically what we were taught was just a way to be conditioned and not think. So anyway, thank you everybody for coming by for the chat. Thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you for the people that are members. I am working on something for the members to the channel. You know, if you want to support the channel right now, it's just a whatever $2 or $3 donation to the channel. But I do have something in the works. It's just I have so much going on. It's hard to just get everything done at once. But hopefully next stream we're gonna have some nice merchandise. Wait till you see these shirts I got coming. They're hilarious for one, but they look really nice and they are top quality. I did not skimp. I will not skimp on quality. I'm not going to put my name on garbage and send it to you. You know, if you're going to get something from me or Project Shop, it's going to be top notch. Okay. So, how do you become a member? You got to go to the main page and there's just a members thing you can join. So on that note, I want to thank everybody. I appreciate you coming by. We're going to be doing live streams every Saturday at 2:00. And I'm a little over right now, but try to keep it around 2 hours. Next week, I'm going to think on the ingot. Thank you for the guy to suggest the problem I had with getting them out. We're going to work on that. And in the meantime, I got some good videos coming out for you guys. And on that note, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.